All right, everybody, welcome
Mm-hmm.
back to podcast this. And as always, it's your boy Jojo and Isaac. We love talking
Sure.
football. We love arguing about football, getting our hearts broken, but we also love predicting the future. And now a new season has started, and
Mm-hmm.
we need to tell you guys where we will place our bets as
True.
far as this season is concerned. So, broski, let's just get right into it, man.
Yes,
Let's do
sir.
some predictions, right? Let's do some predictions. It's been 2 game weeks, and we
Mm-hmm.
kind of have a view of how the teams are settling in. But
Yeah.
even without these game weeks, I'm pretty sure you had some, opinions about who would win, who would not,
Yeah.
where the standings would go. So I want to hear you out, bro. Let's go right for it. Who are your top four predicted for this new PL season?
Arsenal winning the league. That's all I can say. I mean, when I
Well,
said it in the group before the season started, you guys were like, no, 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 no. What am I talking about? But I don't know.
let me
I
tell you
just,
straight up right now.
after the first two game seasons, I think I've seen enough to say, yeah, they're going to win the league. Why?
Yeah.
So against Manchester United, I know everyone was going out, at them for like, the performance and it wasn't good enough. And maybe if if we took our chances, we probably could have walked away with at least a point, right? I
hmm
get that. But at the end of the day, bro, they still went to Old Trafford and won.
hmm
They won, right? We can talk about set piece this, set piece Arsenal, whatever, but it's still something they have in their locker that a lot of other high performing teams don't have, right?
hmm
I saw Manchester City against Tottenham Hotspur and I was like, yeah, bro, they're still gonna have those issues, man. They're
hmm
still gonna struggle against, very strong counter attacking teams. It's as simple as that. They have a new goalkeeper who, they think is going to be the next Edison, but that also means there's going to be a lot of mistakes that most teams are going to capitalize on, right? You
hmm
actually look at their squad and you're like, okay, aside Erlen Haaland, they don't necessarily have like a world class left winger. Yes, Dogo is
hmm
good. Yes, Mamush. Mamush is not even a left winger. He's more of a second striker. You get what I'm saying?
hmm
You go to right wing. Yes, they signed Shaky but
hmm
Shaky's like, today you have a good game, tomorrow you will not have a good game. He's just too inconsistent, right? So you look at their team and you're like, bro, they finished third for me. Third,
hmm
Manchester City. I think
hmm
Chelsea are going to finish second. That Chelsea squad, Jojo, hey, that Chelsea squad is
The
solid.
Chelsea are balling. Chelsea are balling.
That Chelsea squad is solid. I mean,
Yeah.
a week without Palmer, and they were like, yeah, it's nothing, bro. Joao Pedro went into the number 10 position, and
hmm
man was still cooking. You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that Chelsea squad. Hey, I forgot about Liverpool.
hmm
So essentially, it's going to be Arsenal, it's going to be Liverpool, it's going to be Chelsea third, and Manchester City fourth. That's my top four.
Fair
That's it.
enough. Fair enough. Let me start by saying Arsenal not winning the league. Fuck no, they're not doing that shit. They're not doing it. However, I agree with your top four, and it's the same top four from last season. I think it'll be the same this season, right? Even though Chelsea just barely clinched top four last season, I don't think they'll do that this season. I think that
Yeah.
they will firmly walk their way into it. And I don't even want to use the previous game against West Ham as bias, even though they thumped those boys. They
Yeah.
proper destroyed those boys. They're playing a good team. They're playing a good game, and they have a good squad, and they have good squad depth, and like they look so solid, man. They look like all their players are firing on all
Mhm.
cylinders. And even if their best player is out injured for just one game, right? And even if the injury came surprisingly, they weren't prepared for this, right? They're
Mhm.
able to still make the right adjustments and play good ball. I like that. I respect that. I just don't think that they have the sorry. I don't think they have the edge above the other teams. Maybe Man City, and I'll give Chelsea third, right? I'll
Okay.
give Chelsea third. I don't think they have the edge above Arsenal and Liverpool though, for two
Mhm.
reasons. One, Liverpool when they were playing last season, right? Um, didn't have that much of a like overall standing thumping squad, but they're able to utilize what they had to play good ball. I think
Mhm.
this season they've just gotten better in terms of the players they've brought in and the players they let go. They haven't gotten worse, even though other teams have also tried to do the same for their own squads. Like Arsenal, I respect
Mhm.
Arsenal's recruitment this season. I think it's been one of the best transfer windows they've had. Period.
They
And
have the
as
best squad.
such, exactly. As such, I'll put them second. I just don't know if they have it in them to overcome Liverpool. Not just the
Okay.
Liverpool squad, squad for squad, player for player rather, but
Mhm.
just the overall essence of knowing what it takes to win.
Win.
Like that sets you apart in so many ways, especially in a league like the PL. Slot knows what it takes to win, and he just made the squad better. I think over a 38 game period, that's what has always let Arteta down. That's why he's finished second 3 seasons in a row. Just getting over that, bro. And there's only so much adding players, can do for you. I mean, this season has to be the one.
It has to be.
I
But we
don't think
said
it
that
will,
last.
though. I don't think it will, though, just because of how good Liverpool have improved their squad. Now, truthfully, they've been scrapping
Yeah.
some wins here and there. Like against Newcastle, you're like, ah. But I think they have it. I have it. I think they have the formula and they have the players, they have the manager, and they also have the know-how. They know what it takes to get there. So I put Liverpool one. I put Arsenal two, Chelsea third, and City four. That was my prediction. I can't
Okay.
lie. I just don't think,
Okay.
and I'd like to see the Arsenal Liverpool game with a fully fit squad. I'd like to see that game,
Exactly. I
especially
mean,
at Anfield. I'd like to see if Arsenal
yeah.
have what it takes to do that at Anfield. If they can do that at Anfield, I'll raise my hands, but I'll say, you know what? Shit, I was wrong. I just don't think they do. I'm looking at both squads. Even though Liverpool's best player has kind of subsided, I don't feel like Salah is playing as good as he was last season. He's sort of taking like a backseat role. You know what I'm saying?
But he's still.
Saka is injured, but I guess I think Arsenal have cover. None of them is Saka,
I'm
but they have
saying
cover.
they do have like Liverpool. You think about Liverpool. Okay, so let's say Liverpool right now, right? This is also one of the reasons why I think Chelsea are going to do well this season. They lost
Mhm,
Palmer and it was like it didn't even happen because you can just push Joao Pedro there and it's like, yeah, he's gonna cook too. You get what I'm saying?
mhm,
Like they have
mhm,
so many like talented players on the bench who are just waiting for an opportunity to actually show what they can do, right?
mhm,
You look at Arsenal now, you're like, okay, they lost Bukayo Saka. Okay, well, sure. This 15-year-old kid, Max Daumann, is cooking. You know what I'm saying?
mhm.
They do have a
Yeah.
senior player in Madueke who can play there. Like, they have options. You look at Liverpool. Okay, so let's say Liverpool lost Mo Salah right now. Who are they going to play? Harvey Elliott. I mean, like, I'm just saying,
Fair.
right?
Mhm,
Because, yes, Mo Salah might not be performing this season, but even just look at that, you know, against Newcastle, that last goal. I know everyone is going to talk about that 16-year-old kid who just scored, but I was like,
mhm,
Mo Salah, like it was just a simple one touch pass. He didn't even think about it. He didn't take a second touch, nothing. The ball came to him one touch, as if he knew that somebody was already standing there. Like he does
mhm,
the simple things in the game so well to a high level. He created that goal with just one touch pass, right?
mhm.
He probably had a very quiet game, but still went out of the game with a goal contribution. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
Mhm.
he's elite to that level that I just feel like if they lost him, I just don't know who plays there. I mean, are they going to move Gakpo off to the right? It's like, what are they going to do? Now imagine they lose Van Dijk. Season finished, in my opinion.
Game
It just
over for sure.
like game over. You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But you look at
Yeah.
Arsenal, you're like, okay, they lose Gabriel. They have this new Mosquera kid, bro. That guy is quick. Calafiori is
Mhm,
actually a center back. This Timber guy
mhm,
is a center back. So I'm just like, okay, when the squad is fully fit, right? Yes, Liverpool are gonna do it, but I just feel like Arsenal just have too much depth at this moment in time. If they
mhm.
don't win this season, then that's it. That's it. I don't even want to hear an Arsenal conversation again.
But you
But
said
hey,
you said last season too, did you not? You said okay, cool, like they could come.
true, true. I mean,
Mhm,
and we said that last season too. It's just that this season is the last chance, Jojo. This is the last one. They have to win the league, bro. Because the thing is, like, I also can't stand Liverpool winning another league title. Then now they have more league titles than us. I don't want to see
mhm,
that. So I need Arsenal to win.
mhm.
As much as I would hate for that to happen, and their fans are going to talk a lot, we will take that Liverpool winning another league title. Or even Chelsea, man. Chelsea should go win the league, bro. We don't care. But yeah, I
No,
think
Chelsea go in the league. I mean, I like the argument you made about squad depth versus uh, having just one good player in the
hmm
position. But don't you think those are two sides of the same coin? Like Van Dijk and Salah are elite to a level where how many players can truly replace them if they got injured, right?
True.
Honestly speaking, one for one.
hmm
None, truly. Like, honestly, there's none. And with the Arsenal squad, you have players who are good, not nearly as elite as Van Dijk and Salah, but even their replacements in those positions can't match up to that prowess. So I just feel like even though Arsenal has those players to replace, are those players themselves good enough to sort of match that, right? Not really. I don't think they are. Like
No,
they're all still in the same stratosphere of quality. So as such, they just have more players. You know what I'm
no.
saying?
So
So
my argument is if Arsenal lost Bukayo Saka, right, and Liverpool lost Mo Salah, and Arsenal lost, let's say, Gabriel, right, and Liverpool lost Van Dijk, the replacements will be better than Liverpool's replacements. You see, that's how I see it. Do you get what I'm saying?
Fair point.
Like Arsenal's replacement for that left centre back position is going to be
Mm,
Calafiori or Mosquera. It's better than
mm,
Joe Gomez. That's a fact. Or that 18-year-old kid they've
mm,
signed. You get what I'm saying? So
mm,
Arsenal will still be able to maintain a good level that can still go and beat a Leeds team. You get what I'm saying? But you think about Liverpool. Okay, if they lost Mo Salah, who Harvey Elliott, man, Harvey Elliott. He's not. As much as I'm not a fan of Martinelli or Madueke, he's
mm,
not better than Madueke or Martinelli in terms of being
mm,
a right winger. You get what I'm saying? So that's how I see it, right? Of course, if they are all fit, then of course it's going to be Liverpool. But again, I just feel like Liverpool are like one crucial. But again, we also said that last season, right? And maybe that's even the reason why last season they didn't even go through like all the way in the Champions League. Because you saw
mm,
at the end of the getting to the busy end of the Champions League, most Salah started fading away a little bit. They just had
mm,
no replacement. They just didn't. Right. Whereas Arsenal, on the other hand, got all the way to the semi-final of the Champions League. You get what I'm saying? So
mm.
now I just feel like they just have, like they lost Odegaard. I'm not even thinking about the fact that Odegaard is injured, right? Richie Eze is in there now. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
that squad looks good, genuinely. You get what I'm saying? Although I'm not an Arsenal fan, honestly, I'd like to see what they do. And it's really good that this weekend they're playing Liverpool. It's like the best time to see that game,
Mm,
bro. Like it's going to be I think that game is gonna tell us a lot, like for our predictions to also see, how things
mhm.
are gonna go long term. But yeah. I think that's my top four. Let's talk about like who we think will, go back to the championship. Manchester United.
I mean, I saw a post there that says that we have an 11% chance of being relegated.
Hey,
Crazy. That's more
bro.
than one tenth.
Blasphemy.
That's crazy.
It's
That means for
blasphemy.
every ten, dude. Hey, I mean, we're so close last season. Yeah, that's not exactly unrealistic, but of course we're going to get relegated. I don't know. Typically, promoted teams. We'll see about Sunderland. I thought Sunderland are going to go back, but the
Yeah.
way they're bowling, I don't
Hmm.
know. It's just two games though, so truthfully,
Yeah.
right? They went and wiped out West Ham, then Burnley went and wiped them out. So I don't know.
We'll see.
However, Brentford, yeah, Brentford,
True. True.
it's like Brentford. Now, I must admit, I haven't been keeping up with a lot of the news from these mid-table teams, with all due
Yeah.
respect. But I just know that Brentford are a significantly weaker team right now. Lost their best
Yeah.
player, manager, right? Their other best player is Raritan doesn't want to play, right?
Hmm.
It was one thing to lose Ivan Toney and have Mboma and Visa and you're managing around, right? But it's
Hmm.
another thing completely to lose those two players and your manager at the same time. I just don't think they're gonna able to keep up. And we've seen it in the results so far, right?
Yep.
I I think it's still a bit too soon to say that all the promoted teams rather will be relegated. I do think Sunderland will also go though. I just don't feel like they have the prowess to keep up with the Premier League. Then again, I've been keeping up with them a lot.
Okay.
And this is me going off of what I know, like my ball knowledge. You feel me? But I'd make a case for Sunderland and Brentford. The other team, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I mean, West Ham, I don't know, gang.
I just okay. I don't think West Ham are gonna sit down for that to happen. I just don't think
Yeah.
so. Yeah, I mean they've had a tough start, but I feel like, bro, by like the fifth game, if they haven't won, they're gonna change their manager. That's just the
Hmm.
facts, right? And they're
Hmm.
probably gonna bring someone in, and they have a. My thing is right to not get relegated. You need at least one or two good players who you can count on to score goals. That's just the facts.
I mean, they
That's
have
how you
Bowen,
see it.
sure.
And they have Bowen, right? They still have
Hmm.
that guy, that's number 10, Pakieta. They've signed
Paqueta.
this really
Yeah.
good, left wing back. So they have a good squad. They just need, I think,
Hmm.
good manager, some manager bounce. They will be fine. West Ham are not getting relegated.
Hmm.
Sunderland, though, hey man, that team looks good. Like on paper, they've signed some really, really good players. Like they got
Hmm.
Shaka in, they got a Dinkra from Brighton, McGree on loan. Like the team looks okay. So if there's any of the promoted teams I think can stay up,
You think it's
I think
Sunderland?
I think it's probably going to be Sunderland. But then
Hmm.
also Leeds have signed like Noah Okafor or some guy
Hmm.
like that. They're not a bad team. So they also have a good chance. Wolves though, I think Wolves are done. That's what I think. Bro, 2 games in, they still haven't won a single game, bro. Like they
Hmm.
haven't won a game. And I just don't think they have enough. Like Wolves are. It's time to go. So I think it's going to be Wolves going,
Hmm.
Leeds going. And I
Hmm.
actually agree with you. Brentford is looking shaky. It's looking mad shaky.
I
But
still think Brentford.
I do think Brentford will stay up. I think they will stay up.
How though? Who's gonna keep them out? Let's be honest.
I just feel like they have some fun. And by the way, they've won a game though. They have 3 points on the board.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So, like, I just feel like they have like some principles are still there that they can stay up in the Premier League,
Hmm.
right? I just feel like, so for me, it's right now. I'm looking at those two. Like, I think it's going to be Wolves
Hmm.
and um Leeds.
Leeds. I thought about Leeds, admittedly. Maybe I should.
Yeah.
I'll pay more attention to those lower league, those lower. I'm gonna say lower place teams because we're there too. But
Oh,
to
I
those teams
forgot.
that
And Burnley is going back to 100%. Like, I haven't
Burnley.
seen anything. Burnley, they are going back home. It's a fact. Yeah, I haven't
See,
seen anything.
Burnley could actually
No,
fight.
no, 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 no,
Burnley
Jojo.
can
Let's not
fight.
deceive ourselves. They are going back.
I would bet Brentford are gonna go over Burnley.
No, I mean we'll see at the end of the
I'll
season.
make that. I can make that bet. Admittedly, I just feel like Brentford have been hit, shaken so hard, right? They've lost a lot and they haven't filled that in. You feel what I'm saying? There's a lot of destabilization within the team. Even
Yeah,
their new manager came from the coaching staff, if I'm not mistaken, right? And this was something that they planned to do, but he's also not a manager who has led a team like this before,
that's
right?
fair.
And it requires a certain amount of experience, man. Like that Harry Redknapp type ball, that Sean Dyche type ball, sort of to
Okay.
kind of,
I mean, the season will end. We will see. I just think
I don't
they've
know
come too far in the Prem to just go now. Nah, I think they will be
who
fine.
Brentford.
Yeah.
No, fair
Burnley
enough.
are going back. Bro, I just don't see a world in where Burnley survive. I just don't see it. But
Okay,
hey,
okay.
let's see.
Let's think about it this way, right? Typically, it's 35 plus ish points to survive in the Prem, around
Yeah.
35 plus ish points.
Mhm.
For all the teams you've mentioned, right? So you don't think Burnley will make 35 points. The truth
Nope.
is, it may be hard. Brentford could make 35 points. They could, but it may struggle too.
Set pieces.
They
Wait.
could. They could. Okay,
They
let's say
could.
Sunderland. Will Sunderland make 35 points
I don't know.
over
But what they
38
did
games?
against
I don't
West
know.
Ham, the thing is, they were able to do something against an established Premier League side. You
Hmm.
get what I'm saying? Counter attack football, got three
Hmm.
goals in there. Like that is something that will go a long way when they are playing teams like Brighton, Fulham's, the Crystal Palaces, those sort of
Yeah.
mid-table. Manchester United. Now we're a mid-table team too. You get what I'm saying? So I feel like they will get points in that way, right? Whereas I look at a team like Burnley, I just don't see them beating these kind of teams I've mentioned or any big team. The only team they won against is Sunderland. That makes sense. You're beating a fellow
Hmm.
championship side. That makes sense. You get what I'm saying? You look at Brentford. Brentford already have 3 points on the board. Already.
Hmm.
You get what I'm
Hmm.
saying? They know what it
Hmm.
takes to beat some of these big sides. They can set piece, man. 1-0. Like, they can do something. I mean, I think this week they beat Nottingham. Was it Nottingham Forest they beat? Yeah.
Hmm.
1-0,
Hmm.
bro. I'm just saying. But okay. I
We'll
think, yeah.
see. Okay, maybe this debate we're having is evidence of just how good the PL is becoming. There's no obvious
Mm-hmm.
contender to go down, and admittedly, no obvious contender to win as well. Like it's not clear as day. Like 3 years ago, that City were going to win. Now, like no one will
100%.
argue against you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now it's like if Arsenal do something, if Liverpool do something, shit. If Chelsea do something, they could win. If United
Yep.
do something,
If wishes were horses.
but I think okay. So just to recap, right? You said you're going with Arsenal for the win.
Yes.
Yeah, you sound like Gary Neville now, man. He's always wished Arsenal would win, but you
I
sound
haven't
you.
always wished Arsenal win. Last season, I didn't wish Arsenal win. Did I?
Yes, you
No.
did actually. You thought Arsenal
No.
good.
Nah.
No,
Last season, I
okay,
think
I think let's say we all said City were gonna win.
we all said the City.
Yeah,
That's the
and
thing.
you said
This season,
Arsenal will
I
come
think
in
Arsenal
second.
will win. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I think Arsenal will win this season.
fair enough. I think
Yeah.
Liverpool are going to win. I don't want them to,
Okay.
but I think Liverpool.
Okay.
Then we both have the same top four, right? City, Chelsea,
Yes.
and Arsenal,
Yes.
right? Whatever order that appears in, I'm not too pressed about.
Okay.
Now let's talk about like more individual awards, right?
Yeah.
It might be too early to call right now. But Balon d'Or for next year. Now I remember last year when we talked about the Balon d'Or, neither of us had Dembele in our list.
True. True.
Yeah, we both had Mbappe and Vini.
Mm-hmm.
Um, And now it's like the list has significantly changed. Right? You have Rafinha in there. We have Jamal in there.
Yeah.
You have Dembele in there as well. Shit, you got Scott McSaw. Scott
He's not winning the Balon d'Or. Let's calm down, guys.
McSaw.
Manchester United fans and old back throwbacks. They are like, oh, should have told
I'm
him
not even
this.
surprised.
Charlie.
Are you surprised? I'm not surprised they got nominated. The guy won the Scudetto and he was integral to that team, bro. Like,
Yeah, MVP in the Serie A.
yeah,
So hey, fair,
like
fair.
of course he had to get nominated.
Mm-hmm.
I think he'll be like a good top 15. Start to make him in.
Hey, but we're predicting for next season, right? So who we
Yeah,
think is
of
gonna
course,
have
of course.
a good enough year to win the Ballon? The Ballon d'Or is not just a Scudetto title. You need to perform in the
Yeah.
Champions.
Hmm.
So until I see Scott McSauce against PSG or against Barcelona or something where he's cooking, where he needs to be a midfielder, bro. For now, bro, running up and down against Atalanta and Empoli and these guys, my guy.
Of course not. Of
Ronaldo
course
went there
not.
in 2 seasons. He scored 100 goals. Charlie,
Hmm.
Charlie. Let's face it here. Their
Okay, so who
best
do you
team went
think?
and faced PSG and sank 5 in the Champions League final. Bro, there are levels to this, man.
Oh no,
Hey,
of course, of course, of course. But
I'm just saying.
who do you think realistically? I honestly, I right now in my mind, I don't have anyone like solid.
Oh,
Like I know, okay,
I
cool.
think there are two players I'm watching. I'm looking at. I think Mbappe is going to have a solid individual season. He's already started really well.
Hmm.
So I think for Mbappe to win the Ballon d'Or, of course, it would depend on what Madrid do as a collective, and there are still questions there. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? I still think their midfield balance is not really correct. Real Madrid are Bruno Fernandes signing away from doing really well. They need Bruno Fernandes in their midfield. It's
Yeah.
just as simple as that. Because you have Valverde, you have Schwameni, they are going to do all the running, all the leg work. They just
Hmm.
need a creative machine. That's why, Chappie keeps playing Adagula, right? Who is
Hmm.
good, but of course he's not really there yet. He's still like he's still developing. Imagine they got a Bruno Fernandez whose job is really just to create for that,
Hmm.
front three that they're gonna have. I think they will do really well. But I don't know. I'm not a Barca fan, but I think Lamine Yamal is going to have one of the best seasons we've seen in a while, and I
Hmm.
think he's going to be the Ballon d'Or next year. That's my prediction. We can end it here.
Now look, I don't disagree. I just don't think it'll be next year.
Okay.
I, d- I don't think so.
We will
He'll be what 18 next year at the time
he'll be
if he wins
19
it,
because he's already
19-ish.
yeah, and that's when Messi won
Yeah,
it. He was 19.
yeah,
I just feel like he's about to start, man. He's about to,
yeah.
get
I don't know. We'll see. That's not a bad shout. Mbappe, Lamar, not a bad shout,
yeah.
right? I know that's decent. Um, and outside of those two, to be honest, I feel like I just need to watch more football right now for the season to really see. Most of the players this year were not players that I've considered last year, right? And
Mm-hmm.
even the players who were considering last year, only a few we can consider again this year. I wouldn't even consider Vinny again, to be honest.
Yeah. I wouldn't
Yeah,
consider Dembele again either. I just don't
I
think
wouldn't.
PSG are gonna have a season like they
Nah,
did last year. I just don't think they will.
Dembele is just a lucky Robert Lewandowski. He had a good 1 year, like, and he'll get the
That's
award, and that's it.
that's it.
So
That's it.
I don't think so. Honestly, outside of those stand-up players, I don't know. We'll see whoever comes out of the PL if it's someone firing
Maybe
them, man.
exact. That's what I was gonna say. Is maybe someone from the Prem. Maybe if Arsenal go far, maybe we keep wishing Mo Salah will win this thing, but for some reason, I just don't. Again, I don't think Liverpool has enough. Right? If they
Hmm.
come up against the Madrid, if they come up against a PSG like they did, like if they come up
Hmm.
against a Barcelona, you can't have a Mo Salah who's just waiting for efficient situations. Those efficient situations are not going to appear when you play
Hmm.
Barca. They won't appear. They will hold a very high offside line. So you will
Hmm.
still need to be. You will need the old Mo Salah who can get the ball, running behind, dribble past the player. He's
Hmm.
not that
Hmm.
guy anymore, and they just don't
Fair
have a
enough.
backup. They just don't have a backup, and that will be the problem again. So hey,
Hmm.
that's just
No,
me
no,
though.
no. No, I agree. I remember arguing against it last year, and I remember being so pro Mo Salah for the Balon d'Or. That's my African version. I need him, but it makes sense.
Yeah,
After the PSG game, I was like, yeah, man. You can see how there's levels to this shit, man.
there's
There's levels.
levels.
There's levels
There's
to this
levels,
shit.
man. You're gonna be
And
coming up against Nuno Mendes,
hmm.
Baldi, players who are just as quick as you are, just as strong as you are. You get what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Like some of these teams have like elite fullbacks. This is not,
This is
Dogu.
not child's play. Dogu's crazy.
Dogu and Lewis
Dogu,
Hall and bro, this is elite. No
why
mensch,
is
bro.
Dogu catching a bullet right
Hey,
now?
hey, I'm just saying he's gonna come
Yeah.
up against some elite fullbacks. You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
he's gonna it's just gonna be different. Even Van Dyke, bro. Hey,
Mhm.
bro, you're not gonna be facing. You see that the Newcastle striker he was playing Gordon and Oshula. Nah, bro. Now you're
Mhm.
gonna be facing the Mbappes, the Lamines. You can't be coming and be doing this your waiting gimmick. Hey,
Mhm.
so I'm just saying, once we get into the Champions League, the levels just go up again. Another
That makes
level.
sense. Yeah.
At that point in time, you just need a little bit more. Just that's why
Mhm.
I'm really watching Arsenal this season. I just feel like individually the players they just have that extra. They might not have the experience to say okay they're elite yet,
Mhm.
but like one on one, you're like okay, I fancy Bukayo Saka.
Mhm.
He's young. He's in his prime. He has pace. He can take players on. You
Mhm.
get what I'm saying? But you're like Mo Salah, unless it's a situation where he has to just cut inside, whoop a ball in, one touch pass, or running in behind. Yeah. You see, Mo Salah can't even dribble Lewis Hall right now. That's all Hey, it's okay. You let me shut up, Jojo. I think we should just finish.
I did too much now. You did too much. Hey, see, I know where you're trying to go, but you're oversteering the wheel, brother. You gotta bring it back. You gotta send to the car back. Are you questioning most of those dribbling skills right now? Are you saying that
Bro,
they're not on
he's one
par?
of the worst dribblers I've ever seen. In terms of elite players, he's one of the worst I've ever seen.
Are you saying people cutting through, like taking on players 1v1 and beating them?
Yeah, he's not a technical dribbler, bro. Even against Newcastle, do you remember him completing one take on? Not even one, Jojo.
No, fair.
Again, I'm putting him in a certain category and making this criticism. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm not saying
Mhm.
he's one of the worst dribblers ever. I'm saying he's one of the worst in terms of elite footballers, right? Like I can confidently say right now, okay, Cristiano Ronaldo probably might not have been one of the best dribblers we've ever seen in terms of the elite footballers. You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So he's an elite footballer, but when you're looking at the elite footballer, you're probably gonna mention like 10 of them who could dribble before you even think of Mo Salah. You get what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Yeah, like that's what I
No,
mean.
that's fair.
Bukayo Saka is a better dribbler than Mo Salah.
That's
I'm
fair.
not gonna argue that.
That's
You get what
fair.
I'm
No, I'm not gonna fight you on that. That's fair. Fair point.
Even Martinelli.
It's not.
It's
See, like,
funny,
okay,
but
cool.
it's true.
It's not because when you're talking about the category you're putting him in, I understand.
hmm
Like that means Messi's, they belong in that category.
You get what I'm saying?
There's even technical dribblers who were not good at anything else but dribbling who belong in that
Mm,
category. I
exactly.
feel you. Um, but don't start bringing people like Martinelli into the group chat. Like at
No, I'm
that
just
point,
saying. Here's why I'm doing it. Let's
hmm
say you had a chance, 90th minutes, right? And
hmm
then there's a through ball, right? And it's Saliba and Mo Salah. Mo Salah running at Saliba, right?
hmm
Or Martinelli running at Saliba. And
I'm
there's
taking
space in
Musala.
behind. And nah, I'm taking
I'm
Martinelli.
taking
I
Musala.
swear to God.
If there's
Why?
spacing behind, if there's
There's
spacing
space in
behind,
behind. Bro, Mo Salah, there's no world in which Mo Salah is getting past Saliba. At this
and
moment, we are talking about current Mo Salah. This kind,
like
bro.
Musala of yesterday's Musala.
Yesterday's Mo Salah, no, bro. Where he's the
I don't
only
know.
one. He doesn't have another player to pass to, bounce off, nothing. Bro, I just see a world in which Martinelli just kicks the ball past and just runs. And he's gonna win the race.
hmm
Mo Salah will not win the race.
He's saying Musala won't be able to catch up, won't be able to beat Saliba in a one-on-one horse race. This,
1v1. He will not. Where
I
there
guess
is
we'll
space.
see. I
Because
guess
what
we'll
will he
see.
do? We'll see on the
I
weekend.
guess.
I'm not saying he will
I'll,
not score a goal. He'll probably score
yeah.
some goal where he will find himself in some space.
That's the whole point, though, isn't it? That's the whole point.
No, that's what I'm saying. When it comes to that, he's good. But the problem with that is now when you get to elite playing
Mhm,
against Barca, those situations are not going to show up again. You're not going to be camping in the opponent's box. They're going to play a freaking high line where you
mhm.
have to run in behind. So is he going
Fair
to
enough.
beat
But who better than Mo
Alejandro
Salah? I
Balde?
mean, he doesn't have the supply anymore from Trent, right? Because those kind of passes, you can beat that offside trap and run past those
Bro,
defenders. Right?
he
Always
had
try to
Trent when
compete
they
with them.
played PSG. No, Mendes
Yeah.
knocked him down. No,
No, no, no, no. Nuno is a class apart, my boy.
No, but
Nuno
this
is a
same Nuno
class
Mendes came
apart.
against Palmer. He came against Palmer, and Palmer made him look like because
Okay, okay,
Palmer is dribbler. My
okay.
man
No,
will spend like 500 million times.
okay. You know what? I don't want to deviate too much, but even that game, right? That game where Chelsea beat PSG, it was 3-0, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Right. And Palmer did the thing. How many times that game over does Chelsea win? And how many times does PSG win if they keep
I
playing
think
that
it's
game
50
again and
50.
again?
People are trying to make it look like, oh, Chelsea went there and they were playing some counter attack football. Chelsea actually balled, bro. They
Hmm.
balled. They proper balled. You see,
I'm not saying they were lucky.
PSG's midfield couldn't handle Chelsea's
Hmm.
midfield. And on paper, actually, if you actually take your time to look at it, Chelsea have a better midfield. That's just the truth. I mean, PSG have Vitinha. Vitinha is okay. He's good on the ball. Yeah, he's a fantastic midfielder. We can say that
Hmm.
now because they've won all they've won. But bro, him against Caicedo, Caicedo will bully that guy. And that's what he did in that game. Chelsea made it a
Hmm.
physical game, and they were just running at them, and they just couldn't handle. And those are the facts of the situation. You get what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying. Fair point.
I
Fair
think
play.
it is more 50-50 than people are saying. Some people are like, oh, PSG would win 9 out of 10. I'm like, nah, bro. It doesn't look as straightforward as that. That Chelsea team, bro. Hey, they are
Hmm.
strong. They are strong. So
They
we'll
can
see.
ball.
You know what I'm saying?
And we'll see Arsenal Liverpool this weekend. We'll conclude at this and see how it goes. But just as a recap for those who may have joined later or whatnot,
Yes, sir.
um, Isaac and I have both put Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool, and City in the top four. Isaac has Arsenal taking it. I
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately have Liverpool taking it for my own reasons. The best part is these two teams play each other this weekend, so we'll see how it goes. Right?
Mm-hmm.
If you have any predictions, let us know. We'd love to hear them,
Yes,
and
sir.
let us know what kind of videos you want us to do as well. But until then, we'll see you guys in the next one.
See
Peace.
you.
Yeah.